Hey everyone, and welcome to your carrier update sponsored by PowerFleet. So tender rejection rates over 10% for the first time since January 9th. This is a big marker, big signal for what we've seen in the freight market this year. Very muted overall throughout the year, even during periods of unrest, such around July 4th. For instance, we only got up around 5 to 6%. So this breakthrough point up here, 10%, mostly due to the supply side situation. A lot of drivers getting back to their houses, staying in their boundaries, in their zones, in their ranges across the country, even on the short hauls. So we're seeing a lot of tender rejections through all of them, either tweener, long haul, short haul, and mid haul rejection rates. So let's check out what the volumes are doing. So when I say that it's a supply side situation, I mean the fact that there's just not a lot of truck availability right now, like I mentioned. So volumes are actually starting to come down a little bit off of the previous highs. So this is the Outbound Tender Volume Index on the map. You can see some of the largest largest markets, I should say, and volumes in darker blue. Throughout the whole country, you're seeing sort of this semblance of real softening in terms of volume movement, and it's not dropping off rapidly though. So if you look over here, the Outbound Tender Volume Index from last year was at 9407. We're at 10,203 right now, almost an 8% increase year over year in terms of overall volume coming through the system there. So that is going to put an increasing pressure on the supply side. But at the same time, most of it's still having dropped off. We had actually higher volumes around Labor Day. Labor Day was around 10,500, and it went all the way up to about 10,700. We saw the highest volumes of the year in September. This year, Christmas was pretty significant. We talked about how Thanksgiving was a lot bigger than last year. But so far this year, we're starting to see it kind of calm down, but rejection rates moving the opposite direction in terms of divergence. Augusta, Maine, Twin Falls, Idaho, Mobile, Alabama, and Columbia, South Carolina showing some of the largest increases in overall volume increases. So here's the weighted rejection index map. Any of these blue markets here, good option for you to go into in terms of if you're looking for spot market activity, if you're just trying to get moving before the holiday. The middle of the country still pretty disrupted. Columbus, Ohio, Salt Lake City, Utah showing a lot of disruption right now. But I want to dive into one of the bigger markets of the country, Atlanta, Georgia, showing a really strong increase in tender rejection rates over the last little bit. So looking at the tender rejection map, it's both reefer and dry van rejections that are driving a lot of this. So if you are moving in the area of the Atlanta, Georgia area, check the spot market. You should be able to find a load on short haul, long haul, and anything that you actually need to move around the country right now. And that'll do it for today's Carrier Update.
The comprehensive logistics offerings from PowerFleet cover in-cab ELD, fleet management, trailer tracking, cargo monitoring, and tracking other assets such as chassis and intermodal containers. Power up your operations with PowerFleet.